Despite the results, they won't. It's Hyderabad and Delhi. They're playing tomorrow in Hyderabad. Delhi, of course, won their first game, which was their last game. I mean, their previous game, not their last game. Hopefully not their last win.
They huffed and won the game.
They really huffed and puffed to win that game. I got a little worried because if they hadn't won that game, I think a lot of them would have just gone straight to the airport because you don't come back from there, right? I was genuinely, as a cricket fan, I was really worried. But they got there. Yeah, I hope that unlocks them a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just worried about Ricky Ponting's fingers because he had chewed through his nails already. So only his fingers were left, and I don't want to see that side. So it was good to see them win. And I think that's what I'm saying, that sometimes that one win can make such a difference because even there they were so close and then suddenly they were making a total mess of it.
Yeah.
If they hadn't got that no ball in the last over, things could have been dire out there.
Yeah, they could have been. Let's have a look at their squad and see would they make any changes to their 11. It is quite interesting because they played Phil Salt last time and we just saw two balls, like 4 and then he got out, so he didn't waste much time. But they definitely need a little more happening. Yes, Joy?
I'm saying interesting, Kamlesh Nagarkoti went out, who was a bowler for them.
I am just really, he's got injured again. I'm
Since
really worried for that boy.
Poor kid. I mean, from 2019 to 23, he's just being injured one after the other. I mean,
and Priyam Garg, he captained the under-19, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was in Hyderabad as well, didn't get picked.
Didn't get
this
picked,
time.
yeah.
With Abdul Samad and there was another youngster. There was 3 of them.
Abhishek Sharma was also
Abhishek Sharma was also there already in Hyderabad. Yeah. So they had those 3. But Priyam Garg has come in. He was the captain of the under-19, which was, 4 years ago or something. So he's come in there. But if you look there in the middle, they definitely, there's a Lalit Yadav there who they need more out of. I'm a little surprised that they played Abhishek Porel in a couple of games. He showed a bit of temperament and talent, and then they went away from him. So I don't know.
The only theory I have is I think they just don't trust their middle order batting.
Yeah.
So what's happening is if I take Phil Salt up front, I have at least one more international batsman. So they have now ditched, remember, they started off by using 2 international bowlers, fast bowlers.
And 2 international batters as well. They were using Powell and Riley Russo, and that was before Mitchell Marsh came.
Yeah.
Right? So they were using those 2. Now they've got 2 foreign bowlers. They can use Andrik Nakia and Mustafizur Rahman, who they had used, and they dropped Fizz.
So I think they're going to stay with Nokia, just one international bowler, because they need the batting. Their batting hasn't fired. So Mitch Marsh, Phil Salt, David Warner, these 3 will play. If Phil Salt doesn't make it, I feel Riley Russo will play. But their feeling is that Abhishek Porel is, as a keeper batsman, he's not still. They don't trust him as a batsman to give them enough at 6 or 7. So I think they're going to go with Phil Salt at least for a few matches.
Prithvi Shaw has just given them no runs. There's so much talent and it just hasn't checked into this tournament.
No, he's got to. He's got to deliver soon because, as Joey mentions, that batting lineup, David Warner was great in the last game, but other than Warner in this year's IPL, there's been nothing. I mean, Mitchell Marsh has got to show up. Mitchell Marsh's numbers got no runs, went to get married. I thought that would have helped. He then came back, didn't get any runs.
Yeah,
he's on a lot.
It hasn't helped because he must have looked at the catering bill. That's got him depressed.
I think the Indian batters have got to show up as well because the top 4, if you've got Warner, Marsh and Phil Salt, I think you need an Indian player in there. Phil Salt's, for me, a good player at the top of the order where he can just crash it and utilise the first 6 overs. When you throw him in the middle on Indian wickets, I don't see him as a brilliant player of spin. I see him as a dangerous player, particularly in the first 6, and he's a good player of seam. He can crash it, he can get the odd spinner away, but I just think the Indian players have got to show up. They've got to get more from Prithvi and the like in the middle. Delhi aren't going to go that far in this year's tournament. I don't think they'll go on a dangerous run, but they're a dangerous team to play against because they'll be playing against all the top sides, and on a given day they can beat anybody because that's the nature of T20 cricket. But of those bottom 3 in the league, Calcutta, Hyderabad and Delhi, I see Hyderabad going on because they do have the talent.
Yeah.
And that's why it's such a big game for Hyderabad tomorrow. But they're playing Delhi at the worst possible time because Delhi have just got that win. They've just got a bit of confidence. Hyderabad have lost a couple. And they won't be full of confidence, having just been beaten heavily against Chennai. But they have to win tomorrow. To get on that run, they have to win tomorrow, and they should be beating a side like Delhi.
Yeah, there's a couple of players over there. Yash Dhul didn't start with him, and then they had him in a couple of games, and then they've kind of given up on him. But the heartwarming thing in the last game was to see Ishant Sharma back in bowling for Delhi and doing well.
Yeah,
Loved it.
Absolutely. And Ishant, I mean, that's what I love about him. I mean, last year, the only time you saw him in the IPL was in an advertisement.
Correct.
And for him to come back, do that and smile at himself and say, you know what, I'm not doing the IPL this year.
Yeah.
He comes back and he's been bowling for Delhi as well, going to the Delhi Nets for the Ranji team as well. So he's that way, he's a very committed
That's cranking them out at 140 plus.
Yep.
This is no old boy, by the way, right? He may have played 100 test matches, but he ain't no old boy.
He's the kind of bowler that MS will grab.
Yeah.
Right at the end of his career.
One more year.
He's got a chance of being in the Yellow Army next year.
There you go. Finishing school.
Hobbling in.
And just getting the job done.
Yeah, just getting it done. They'll find a way.
And of course, by the way, what has made Chennai fans very happy is Michael's basically alluding to the fact that MS will carry on playing for a couple of years. That's made you guys happy, hasn't it? Yeah, it has. There you go. All right, Hyderabad, let's have a quick look at their team as well. See if they'd like to make any changes. There's some gun players there who just haven't fired. But if you look around, you're like, all right, this is the best 11. They're good, right?
Yeah, I mean, Mayank Agarwal came in at number 6, so that was a bit of a strange one.
We spoke about him on the Hindi show as well. We're saying he hasn't been able to get going, right? You've got some players over there you can get in. There's some youngsters who can come and take that place, right? Would you do that? Would you make that change? Would you say, yes, you've been a senior player, you've captained the team last year, but you've had 7 chances?
I'd get him higher up.
I mean, he's opened in,
just get him
they've
higher
played
up.
6 games or 7. He's opened in all but 1.
Yeah.
And in the last one, he came at number 6, but playing woefully out of position. So what do? Was that a sign?
I'd split Markram and Klassenham. I wouldn't go them next to each other. I'd always have someone like Mike in between them.
What if
I
you
think
then
he's a class act when he plays. When he plays well, he's a class act.
What if you open here with, let Tripathi open with Abhishek Sharma?
Yeah.
Right, so you go and open, play Markram at 3.
What about Harry Brook opening?
Oh, sorry, Harry Brook opening with Abhishek, like they did.
Yeah.
Rahul Tripathi at 3, Markram at 4. Then you have one Indian player, maybe Abdul Samad at 5, Klaasen at 6, because Washington at 7.
So look, Klaasen at 6, Klaasen at 6 definitely, but Abdul Samad at 5 versus Mayank Agarwal at 5, they probably still think they get more out of Mayank Agarwal.
Okay.
The upside is high. But again, he's out of position, but you don't replace that top 3 because they like the left-right which Abhishek Sharma gives them. And remember, when Abhishek Sharma got runs for them, he got 400 odd runs for them, he was batting on the top.
True.
So they'll give it to him. They can't drop Harry Brook too far down also because they want him to crash the fast bowlers.
Yeah.
And they don't want him to come in when there's just a lot of spin and the ball is old. You have a batsman of that quality, put him up front, give him the maximum chance. So I think, Mayank will reluctantly have to accept that his role is going to be as a number 3.
Yeah.
As a number 5 batsman.
Let's move back from football to cricket. That's the game that we're here for. So Hyderabad and Delhi tomorrow. Gentlemen, real quick, look into your crystal ball and tell me, #feels a player to watch out for. You go Delhi.
Actually, the player to watch out for if they have to have any kind of a season is Prithvi Shaw.
Prithvi Shaw, good call. Player for Hyderabad.
I'm going to go the skipper, Markram.
Markram. All right, excellent. And advantage? You've actually alluded that Delhi may have an advantage tomorrow.
Well, they're on the back of a win, but Hyderabad's team, they're a better team.
Okay.
I go Hyderabad as well. I think a better team on home ground. They're going to be desperate because they're 2 and 4.
They have to win.
They have to.
Hyderabad have to win tomorrow.